Hello everyone and welcome to Medford Anywhere Learning TV. We're glad you're tuned in. We want to give a shout out to our friends at Southern Oregon PBS, KTVL, KDRV, and the Dove Network. Thank you for hosting us on your station. In the Medford School District, we have one shared vision, and that we believe that all are learning, and learning is for all. And what better place to do that than right here on Medford Anywhere Learning TV.
Hi, I'm Kristen Robinson, and I teach kindergarten at Kennedy Elementary here in Medford, Oregon. I love math because if you can prove it, it is correct. Our standard says, identify whether the number of objects in one group is greater, which means more, or less than, which means less or a little bit, or equal. Remember our equal sign? If something is equal, it means it is the same to the number of objects in another group up to 10 objects. So let's read that really quick this time. Identify whether the number of objects in one group is greater than, less than, or equal to the number of objects in another group up to 10 objects. So if it said the number 10, that means I am going to put different objects in groups of 10 or less. I went into my studio and found this really fun muffin tin that was actually my grandmother's, so that means it's really old, and I filled it with objects. All of my objects are in 2 of the different holders, and I like to play a game where I get to guess either by looking or counting how many objects are in each of the little muffin tins. So let's take a peek. My bunnies right here are in one of my tins, and this one's empty. So I know if it's empty, that means it's 0. Remember, when we say 0, that means nothing is there. I don't know about you, but I much rather have 4 cookies than 0 cookies. So on this side, I have 4. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in this muffin tin, I have 0. So I know that 4 bunnies is greater than 0. Let's do another one. I am going to count my next muffin tins. These 2 tins have some beautiful crystal rocks in them. Let's start counting this batch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love the sound that these make when they bump into each other. I'm going to lay my 6 down. Now I'm going to remember I had 6 in the first bunch. Now in the next bunch, let's see how many I have. Oh, did you hear that? It makes a neat clinking sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, I know I had 6 in the first bunch, and there's still some left, so I think there's more in this tin. 7, 8, 9. There were 9. So let's see. 6 was what I had in the first tin, and I stopped counting at the number 6. And in the second tin, I went all the way up to number 9. That meant I went past number 6. So that must mean that 9 is greater than 6. I'm going to put them down now. And then in my next tin, I have some little charms with my first name initial on them, which is K. Let's count this side first. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I think there's one more. And 4. There are 4 letter charms in there. 4. Okay, so I know 4 is a little number. I'm going to lay those down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my first number was 4, and my second number was 7, and I had to keep counting after 4. So I know that 4 is less than 7 because I stopped counting at 4 and went all the way to 7. Another way to say that would be 7 is greater than 4. So it's interchangeable. 4 is less than 7 and 7 is greater than 4. Let's do the next one. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I love buttons. 4, 5. Is that it? My muffin tin's empty. 5. Another great sound that they make when they clunk together. So I'm going to lay my 5 down. I'm going to put them right here. Whoa, they bounce on the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There were 5 in this one. 5 and 5. That's the same number. That means they're equal to. When something is the same, it is equal to. It doesn't mean it equals 5, but it means equal as in the same as something. So 5 and 5 are the same. So now I'm going to move my muffin tin, and I'm going to move some of my beautiful objects, and let's check our standard to see if we did exactly what our target was today. We were going to identify whether the number of objects in one group is greater than, less than, or equal to the number of objects in another group, up to 10 objects. And we did that. So I can say I met my target today, and I can identify whether groups of objects are greater than, less than, or equal to one another. I have another really fun math standard for you. It says, I can break apart numbers less than or equal to 10 into pairs in more than one way. Now remember, we've talked about this before, that equal can mean 1 plus 1 equals 2, or it can mean the same. So today, when we're talking about equal, we're using that word as something that means the same. So in this case, if I have 4 cookies in one hand and 4 cookies in my other hand, they're the equal amounts or the same. Now, pairs, that's another hard one. But here's a little trick I'll give you. When you're with your friend, you're in a pair. There's 2 of you. So just think of it this way. If you have 2 slots, you have a pair. And you know Mrs. Robinson loves her muffin tins because they're really great ways, or really great tools, I should say, to sort things. And I have more items that we are going to turn into pairs. And I brought my tongs. I think it is so much fun to separate things with tongs because you get to use skills that you wouldn't normally use if you were just using your fingers. Plus, they make a really neat sound and they're a really pretty color. So let's go ahead and look at these. I have 10 objects in each of my muffin tins. How many do I have? 10, because I'm working within 10. My goal is to separate these objects into pairs. That means 2. So I need 2 different stacks or piles of glass stones, pom-poms, buttons, or really cute cookies. So let's get started and do this together. If I have 10 beads and I have to separate them, I'm going to take some out of this cup and put them in these other 2 cups. So let's get started with this one. They're a little hard to get because they're slippery. 1, 2, 3. Oh, can I get it? 4 and 5. Now I know that 5 and 5 equals 10 because I have 10 fingers. So I'm going to make this one 5 and 5 because that's super easy. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I made a pair of numbers, 5 and 5. Do I have more than 10 or do I still have 10 items? I still have 10. Keep that in your brain. That's going to help us with the next part of our math lesson. Now I have some pom-poms. And I think this time I'm going to move them all the way to the end. 1, 2, 3. And I'll give you a hint. It's really important for your brain to count out loud when you're moving your objects. So I put those 3 pom-poms in there. Let's see how many are left. Remember, I'm separating items. There's still 10, but I'm making pairs. 1. Whoop, those are stuck together. If I have to use my fingers to pull them apart, I can. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I love how fluffy these are. 7. I made 2 pairs. I have 7 and I have 3. And I had 5 and 5. Okay, let's make a third pair. Are you ready? Let's see. Let's make this one a little sneaky. Let's just move 1 button. Now we're going to count the rest. 1. Uh-oh. And if it's hard to grab, remember, you could use your fingers. 2, 3. I'm going to use my fingers for this part. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had 9 buttons left because I had 10 altogether. And the last ones are my favorite. They're little cookie charms. We're going to move these over with our fingers also. Let's see. Let's move 7 and see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the first part of my pair is 7. I bet I have 3 left. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now remember what my standard was, so I need to move this away. Let's just review real quick, and then we get to work on the really fun part of this. Here we go. I can break apart numbers less than or equal to 10 into pairs in more than one way, which I did because I had 4 different muffin tins. So that means that I created 4 different sets of 10. I'm going to show you now how you can turn that into an equation. The second part of our standard says I can draw or write an equation that shows how I break apart numbers. This is my favorite part because I get to use a marker to write numbers. Equation's a big word, but did you know that anytime you say 2 plus 2, you are making an equation? So an equation just means that you're putting things together. So let's move our standard out of the way. And then we're going to take a little peek at our muffin tin and how we moved all of our different items from different cups. And I'm going to turn it a little bit just so I can see it better. And I have some really neat index cards and a pink pen because if you know me, you know I love pink. And I'm going to make some equations. Now, when you write your numbers, you're going to look in your cups and you're going to count how many shapes you have. And I also love books. You probably met my friend, Miss Katie. She loves books too. And she told me a really fast way to make a book is to just take an index card, punch a hole in the corner, and I have 2 together, so it might be kind of hard. Make that hole, and guess what? You can stack these up, and you can put a string through there, and it makes a book. If you have a bindery at home, you could use that as well. I really like ribbon or string, so I'm going to put that together after I make my equations. So I'm going to move these away a little bit, but you'll remember some of my numbers, especially the 5 plus 5, because we all have 2 hands with 5 fingers on them. So we're going to write our equations on our index cards with our pink pen. And these are the pens that smell really good. They're fruity. So the first set of objects that I moved was 5. So 5, and then I know I wasn't subtracting anything because I still have 10 at the end. So I need to make the plus sign, which I remember is the plus goes down and then the line goes across. It's It's kind of like a T. And then another 5, because 5 plus 5 equals our favorite number, because we have 10 fingers. And it's kind of smashed on my paper because I write a little big, but that's okay. That's what makes it super fun. This is your book. Let's do another one just to practice. Okay, let's see. Oh, another equation. I was trying to be really tricky, so I have 9, because remember, I took out 9 and I took out 1. So I have to do that plus sign again, which is the line down and the line across. And I'm going to write my number 1, and then I get to write the equal sign. And if you don't remember what the equal sign looks like, it's 2 lines across. I like to say they look like a little road leading you to the answer. So 9 plus 1 equals 10. That is so much fun, writing a 1 and a 0. Okay, want to do one more with me? And then we'll put our book together. So our last one, let's see. Oh, I know. We took 7 out, but we also have 3 in another cup. I could write the small number first if I wanted to, because I don't have to write the big number first. Let's write 3. And then we're going to do that plus sign again. Plus. And I had 7. Let's count. I'll take them out so you can see them. 3 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 plus 7. Now I think that was 10, but I might want to just double check. So remember, when we're counting, we can continue on. We don't have to start all over. So we stopped at 7, 8, 9, 10. So it is 3 plus 7 equals the little road we're drawing to 10. 3 plus 7 equals 10. I really like the number 10. And I'll tell you why. Because it's always with me. I know I have 5 fingers on this hand and 5 fingers on this hand, so I always have 10 with me. Let's put our book together now. We'll close our pen up, and I'm going to move my little cookies out of the way. And I have some extra index cards, so I'm just going to keep those for later because I think I'll probably make another book when I get home. And I'm going to stack these up, and these already had our holes in them. Now, if you are cutting string or ribbon, remember to ask an adult for help if there's one close by. If not, wait until somebody can help you. These are my super sharp scissors, so I'm going to be really careful. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put that little string through the hole. And I think I'm just going to tie it in a knot today. If you wanted to practice tying a bow just like you do when you practice tying your shoes, this would be a really good activity to use. I'm going to tie it this way. And then give it one more little knot, and there's my bow. Or I could just do a simple knot, which I think that's what we'll do for today, because this is going to be my equation book that has to do with 10. So let's see if we met our standard. It said, I can draw or write an equation that shows how I break apart numbers. And we did it with our equation book. Just like this. And I'm going to tell you 2 more secrets. If you can't write your numbers yet, you could draw dots, or you could draw pictures, or you could even have an adult at home help you write the number first and you trace over it. What is important is how you practice. The other thing you can do, if you don't have a muffin tin at home or a muffin pan, you could use paper cups like this. Or you could even use the little papers that mom or dad or grandma and grandpa or someone in your family makes cupcakes for you with. Those work really well also. I hope you enjoyed doing math with me today. I love it so much, and I can't wait to see you here again. Thank you for watching Medford Anywhere Learning TV.
Hi, I'm Katie Cutsforth, and I teach kindergarten at Jacksonville Elementary. I have a bag of cotton balls. Maybe you have some at your house, and if you don't, that's okay. You can find cotton balls in a lot of different places. You can find them at the grocery store. You can find them at the dollar store. You can find them at the pharmacy. There's so many places that you can find cotton balls. So this might take a while, my friends, so get yourself ready, because to count to 100, that's going to be a lot. But I know already all I need to do is count to 10, but I want to make sure I have enough bags. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's just enough. So be patient with me while I count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These remind me of clouds. I want to zip the bag so that my cotton balls don't come out. Okay, so there's 10. Oh, and we don't have to say 11. We're just going to count to 10 one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, this is so fun counting with you. Okay, I've got to keep going. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I almost dropped one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at that bag. It's like they're disappearing. Okay, I'm going to keep going. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I feel better and better all the time about counting to 10. I know I'll get to 100 one of these days. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I feel like a 10 expert. This is great. Okay, getting zipped. And another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, this feels good to be good at something. Oh, this is so fun. I hope you're having fun too. Wow, my bag is getting emptier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This 10 thing is great. Okay, zip my bag. Sometimes the zippers don't work very well. I have 2 bags left, so I must be getting close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you know it, 10. Okay. Getting closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa, I have a lot left over. This is great. I bet I could use those for something else. Okay, let me just check one more time. I can count by 10s. I just know this. Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Oh, we have a problem here, but I'm getting an idea. I see that I have a lot of cotton balls left over and one huge bag. What do you think about this? If there's 10 cotton balls left in this bag, do you think I could use the big bag? That would be too exciting. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna take them all out because I wanna be sure that there's 10 in there. So be ready to count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good thing we double checked. We've got some left over, so that would be too many. Oh, this is a big bag to zip. Look at how big that zipper is. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, this is gonna have to start again because I lost my thought about how many are here. So we know we're gonna count to 100 by tens, and we know for sure that there's 10 cotton balls in each of these bags. And the reason we know is because we counted them. So be ready to count by tens with me. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Yay! We counted to 100 by tens. That was so fun counting with you. I hope you have fun finding things at your house so you can count to 100. Thanks for watching with me on Medford Anywhere Learning TV.
Thanks for tuning in to Medford Anywhere Learning TV. Medford School District is a place where all are learning, and learning is for all.
It's a big enough district, so you get all the support that you need from the different staff, from the coaches, from the administration, but at the same time, it has a sense of family.
The environment at South Medford is one of the most positive environments that I've ever been in. You walk down the hall and you talk to your peers and you feel supported and you feel loved.
It's a community-oriented place, not just teachers, but the community is involved in the education of children. And I believe that in this district, we work very, very hard together for a common goal to make sure that all children are succeeding at all levels and all diversity, and we try to incorporate as many things as we can and work together to make sure that children are going to succeed.
My name is Gloria Pareto Robertson, and I'm the Oregon State Teacher of the Year for the year 2017. I teach kindergarten at Howard Elementary. The reason why I love teaching in Medford is that, especially here at Howard Elementary, we have such a diverse population. This year in my class, I have students that are Filipino and they speak Tagalog, and then I have some students that speak Spanish and they come from all different parts of South America.
Our students really need role models. For kids to see, hey, you know, that person looks like me. They even speak like me at times, or being able to connect to the parents in that way. That it's absolutely critical that our kids see their faces in the role models that they're looking at every day.
One of my former students, she is now in community college. She was in my kindergarten class 13 years ago. She says, you have been my first and for the longest time, the only Mexican teacher I've had. And the fact that my mother can communicate with you and the other parents were able to communicate with you and see that school is a wonderful place to be and that it's a safe place to be and that we can learn just as well as everyone else. And so she wanted to come back and think about her teaching career here back where she started originally.
3 questions. My name is Ryan King. This is my 4th year at Rouge Community School. Being in a rural setting, K through 8, working with a small community, it really allows me to plug in and really investigate what's out there as far as talents go in the community, as far as what we can do. The field trips are plenty. We always go out into the environment and do service learning projects.
1, 2, 3.
And what's great is this Pathways program that Medford has installed at the high school level. Working in a middle school, I can prepare them for that journey now.
When a student gets something that they've been working hard on is irreplaceable.
And so I came to Howard, and I was so happy, all the wonderful families that were here.
You know, I lived in a big city for 5 years, and it was fun. But there was also a bit of a sense of isolation, and here you don't have that. It's really easy to find your place, and it's really easy to connect, and really easy to be able to be a part of something.